Now, for more on the outlook of China's housing market, we're joined by Professor Zhiqin, Senior Research Fellow at Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies at Renmin University. Always a pleasure to have you on, Professor. So let's talk about this. This Central Economic Working Conference plans to boost the renting market next year. I mean, why are we seeing this now? What's behind this plan, and what changes will the market see?
I think this conference focusing on different issues of China's domestic market. At the moment, one point is very important for the whole nation. People always concerned about the housing market. As we know, the property industry in China played a very important role in the economic development, and people always try to have a better life, have a high quality of life, always try by improving their living standard, including the housing. So that's why the central government has paid great attention to stabilize this market. Actually, in the past years, that the housing market is unstable and some turbulence in some cities makes some difficulties for the people that to live and to rent housing they wish to have. So in this way, that this conference has made a very clear the macro policy that to stabilize the housing market, also to provide more measures and freedom for the people to make their own choice. So this is a very important signal for the property market in China. So many people now are getting enthusiasm to have more investment to buy their own houses there.
Freedom to make their own choices. That's the key word there, right? These unaffordable housing prices, for example, in big cities, first-tier cities, they have always been painful sticking points to a lot of young people, whether they decided to start a family, whether to have more babies, whether to pursue their careers and move to a certain city, right? And now it seems like this is the good news. Authorities have been working to cool down housing prices for some time now. But will the development of the renting market lead to a further decline in housing prices?
As we know that in the past 2 years that the housing market in China is getting shrunken. So many people are a little bit conservative to buy houses, even they want to improve their living standard. But actually, I think the long-term rental will be more focusing in this field, because many young generation, they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to self-reliance, and they wish to stay at the city or in where they can be have their own jobs there for a long time to continue their entrepreneurial enterprises. So in this way, that the long-term rental is more important, not only for the China's younger generation, but also for foreign investors. Many foreign investors, the students, they are willing come to China also to have a long-term rental, not only for the pricing, but also for continuation, their investment and also their education lectures in China. By doing so, that we can provide short-term, long-term, and also vocational housing market. That's make this market more vivid, more dynamic, more diversified. By doing so, that we can attract more generation, the more investment from abroad, even from the domestic market, to boost the housing market. This could reach the purpose of the central government, that we should have a stable, healthy, sustainable housing market.
You know what, that sounds like a brilliant plan. Let's just see the implementation of it. Thank you very much. Appreciate your insight, sure. Professor Zhiqin joining us there.